Hello everyone! Welcome to another stream. Yep. Welcome! Oh, I hit my mic. Sorry. Welcome in Kuro, Foxy the Goat, Obscure Mango, Cowled One, Broad, and anyone else who might be tuning into the stream. Hi! It's Monday. It's Monday. Welcome in. I hope you are staying cool, because it is hot as heck out there. You're pulling another 24 hours! Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, this is the last day to prepare for Art Fight, because Art Fight begins July 1st, and it lasts through all of July. Really quick for the unacquainted, Art Fight is an art gifting game where you draw other people's characters, and in return, people draw your characters. It's really cute. It's a great way to improve your own artistic skills and give and get some art in the process. So, I'm gonna be doing a reference last minute. Yeah, I know. I know. And a lot of my references are also like multiple years old, and I'm not gonna even get ready to get to those. There's no way. We're not gonna make it to all of them. But I am gonna finish this one that I am working on. I haven't finished my OC/reference yet. I'm not ready. I'm definitely not ready. Me neither. So we're gonna do a last minute prep stream. And then if I finish this reference, I will do some of the art I owe for like the charity stream. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Bruh, I wish I could do it, but my drawing tablet cord is no longer usable. Oh no, you gotta get a new cord, huh? That's frustrating. I hate it when our cords get busted or whatnot. I had a cube, and I had something plugged into the cube, and when I went to unplug the cord from that little cube that goes in the wall, the cord came out, but like the little metal part was stuck in there. Like, what the heck am I gonna do with this? Now my cord's broken and I have a useless cube. Remind me again, when it comes to attacks, do you have to follow the theme Dino for— No. Some people do because they like it, but teams are just to make it a game. So, do not feel like you have to draw all crystal-related stuff because you're on Team Crystal, or you have to include fossils and dinosaurs in your stuff if you're on Fossil. It's purely just what team are you going to get points for by drawing characters. Still studying anatomy at the moment. It's so confusing. Anatomy is so hard. I did a life drawing course last year, I think. Yeah, I think it was last year. And oh my god, I created some wacky anatomy. I made stuff up, apparently. Suffering. Yeah, I'm gonna draw you in a dino costume, but Dunsparce colored. Oh my gosh. So, this is not a guarantee, but I am debating streaming tomorrow, because it's day 1 of Art Fight. So I might be streaming tomorrow. I just don't know. It's gonna just depend. You made stuff up. You're a genius. I would be adding in muscles that weren't there. My poor professor. They're probably like, what the fuck is this? Make sure to take care of yourself. Yeah, for sure. So, going forward, I'm streaming every Monday. And then if any other streams happen, they happen. That's awesome. But for sure, it will be Mondays. And if for whatever reason I have a doctor's appointment or something on a Monday, we'll just scoot it over to another day. No biggie. No biggie. So you might not see stream schedules from me anymore, because it's just gonna be Monday. Monday. Yep. And I do have a countdown on my Twitch panels that tells you when a stream should be coming. So I hope that'll help. Scrooge Sloth, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome. I'm drinking quite a bit of water because I was outside today, and the car said it was 112 degrees Fahrenheit. Whew! It was hot as balls. Really hot. And I can curse again because I'm not in a charity stream anymore, so yay! I don't have to be filtered. I believe it. Too hot. Yeah, it's like inside it's fine because you've got air conditioning. In the car, it becomes fine after about a minute or two. But just walking through the parking lots, oh jeez. I could tell that the air quality wasn't the best either because dust just everywhere. Hi Preston, welcome in. Good evening. You can cook eggs or balls in that car. Yes, actually. So here, some fun activities to do when it gets this hot is you can fry an egg on the sidewalk. That's a classic. You can fry eggs on sidewalk. If you get a shoebox and you put tinfoil in it, you can make s'mores. That's a very popular kids activity when it gets really hot in the summer, is to make s'mores. Because all you have to do is open the shoebox or close it and then it cooks because it's so damn hot. And I'm not sure about the validity of this one, but people supposedly have been able to cook brownies in their car during this heat. So, shoebox s'mores, dude, that's like very common here. Shoebox s'mores, you get tinfoil, you cut like a little circle on the top, and then the sun just cooks it for you. Yeah, brownies, car brownies. I've not personally tried the car brownies myself, but I have done the s'mores box and the egg on the sidewalk. It gets the job done, but I would rather cook those things inside where it's air conditioned rather than go outside. That's just my preference. Curse words go. Oh wait, I've seen those for like MS, middle school, high school science fairs. Yeah. So you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with this heat. I remember being at a theme park and being able to squish the asphalt. Yes, so the asphalt here, when it gets really hot, you can see the heat waves radiating off of it, which is a little freaky. And then sometimes if the asphalt isn't set, I think that's when you might be able to squish it. I've not squished asphalt, but I have seen those heat waves. It's a thing. I'm just waiting for the monsoons to come in, because monsoons are really cool. That's where we get like the walls of dust storms, and then we get some rain, which is nice to lower the temps a bit. And the humidity doesn't really last too long because it's so dry here. So any humidity from storms is only there for a little bit. Monsoons, yeah, monsoons are so fun. They are. Because you get lightning, you get hot, windy rain, sounds awful. Well, you're not outside when it happens. You enjoy it from inside. But yeah, the rain is usually warm. Hi, Gara, welcome in, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. We're talking about how hot it is because my vehicle read 112. My computer says it's 109. Enjoy the weather from the inside. Yeah, monsoons are so fun unless you live on an island. Yeah. Poor homeless people, they're suffering. That breaks my heart, man. It breaks my heart because being outside in this heat is already hard enough. We had a heat wave in the UK. I read about that Europe is getting a huge heat wave. And you guys are experiencing like the 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is like 40 Celsius. Is that right? Around 40 you guys were dealing with? That's miserable. I was doing an outdoor festival with Scott. Oh, and you were out in it? 35 here. Okay, 35. I overestimated a bit. It was 90 here, but it started raining and down to 78, 80. Oh, that's so nice. Can you, Cara, can you give me some rain, please? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And humid there too, right? Yeah, Europe. A lot of people, though, go to Europe in the summer. You are on fire duty, campfire, s'mores, and songs. Well, I hope you drank lots of water. Europeans need to discover the greatness of air conditioning. I'll ship it in a jar. Perfect. Perfect. I'll take my 70-degree weather. That's true, Preston. I think a lot of European places are shifting to air conditioning because from what I've read, their homes are built to hold heat in for those winters, but because the summers are getting warmer and warmer, a lot of them are getting air conditioning units. It's a solid 93 Fahrenheit here. That's hot. I had a flask of tea. It will evaporate by the time it gets there. That's also true. In the UK, our air conditioner would be used 1 month of the year. Yeah, we build houses for winter as it's supposed to be. Yeah. But I think you guys might be getting to the point where even if it's only 1 month out of the year, it might be a quality of life thing with how hot these heat waves are becoming. Like, I thought it was so surreal when I read that people in Paris are splashing around in the fountains, like in front of the Eiffel Tower and stuff. And everyone in France doesn't care because it's so hot. They're like, yeah, we've got fountains. Go splash in them. I think that was easily 5+ years ago by now. Germany has them. They have storm things on their windows. That's cool. I want to go to Germany one day. My mom was actually born in Germany, and then she was there for a little bit when she was really small, and then she moved to the US. She does not remember any German, though, unfortunately. She knows how to insult you in German, but that's it. I personally think she remembers a lot more than she gives herself credit for, but in terms of, like, coherent sentences, she just remembers some insults. My ex who lives in Canada doesn't even have air conditioning until she finally bought a window one. Canada, I would also like to go to. I've been to the Niagara Falls area of Canada, so it's like quite literally Niagara Falls right on the border. So on one side it's the US and on the other side it's Canada. So I've been to that Canada, but I would like to, see more of it. And I would go during the summer because I cannot handle the cold. I just can't. I'm such a wuss. They have good watches too. Mayhap's a trip. Each area of Germany has their own sausages. I don't know. I love to travel. I want to see what I can see. So, like, I do have some dream destinations, of course. Like, I would love to go to Japan, right? That's the big one. But I also want to see a bunch of other stuff too. So, yeah. I always get excited about travel stuff. One area, what they call sausage, is strips of pickled pork. I think I've heard of that before. So yeah, that's a weird area. I've been to Germany, got friends there. Oh, that's so cool! That's so cool! Oh my goodness. I plan for November to Japan and January for Turkey at the moment. That's amazing! Oh my gosh. If you do go, you gotta tell me about it. Send me photos. I would like to go to the UK at least once, since I've only been in the US and one part of Central America. Oh, that's really cool. You've been to Central America. Monkey Mountain in Germany. I've never been to Central America, South America. I've only been to Europe. Come to Wales, try out Welsh cakes. Can I take Papa? Oh, you would take him? Be sure to check locations that are going to be underwater in the next 50. Yeah. That was one of the reasons. I think Venice is gonna be okay, but that was one of the reasons when my parents were like, we want to do Italy. I'm like, we gotta go to Venice. Because I don't know how long that's gonna be around, because Venice is sinking. It sinks a little bit every year. They have to use special flooring because it's the soil is constantly shifting downward. So a lot of the bell towers in Venice are leaning. And the locals apparently joke that the apartments on the leaning side are a lot cheaper. You do like cake a lot? Cake is good. I guess you can come if you want. What do you mean, I guess? I will never go to the Amazon rainforest. Lots of bugs that want to kill you. I cannot do bugs. I cannot do it. I've been to Guatemala. Beautiful black sand beaches and crystal clear water. Yeah, the black sand beaches. Oh my goodness. Venice is nice. I loved Venice. So that was the last part of our trip. And I was getting a little, homesick by that point. I was getting a little tired of traveling. But Venice is such a chill place. It's so chill. Like, just... Our Airbnb was on the Great Canal. So we got to just watch the water and the gondolas go by and the boats. But from the window, and just sit and relax for a moment. You went on the gondola? Me too! We did the gondola too. It was part of our tour. I went with the Welsh youth organization. Oh, so cool. It was me and 4 girls of the group on the gondola. We kind of went everywhere together. That's so fun. I kind of want to go to Honduras since I'm 25% Honduran and I don't know what it's like there. Heck yeah, look into it. It's always fun to look into things even if you can't go there. It's still fun to see what's around. Kind of like the what ifs, right? Yeah. Alright. I am going to switch over to the art tab. Otherwise, I will probably just yap the entire time. So I will yap into work. I will be good. We will do some art fight prep. Yes. Let's scoot on over. I actually don't know if... Ah, yes. There we go. Let's put on some music for you guys. Here we are. Okay. Scoop my butt in the corner. And then I think this is the wrong window. There we go. I knew someone that lives in Venice. They said all the gondola drivers were drug addicts and tax evaders. No! That's cool you knew someone that lived in Venice or lives in Venice. That's really nice. 1 guy, 5 girls. We ate at the same table for food and went and did stuff together. Me and 1 girl, let's call Jane, literally did everything together there. Became great friends for the 2-week trip. Traveling is a good way to connect with other people as well. And make friends. Oh. Am I missing something? Yep, there we go. There we go. I'm just working on a reference sheet. I already did the full body last night. I'm just doing the rest of it. So it might not take too long, actually. We'll see. Famous last words. Famous last words. I'd like to visit Switzerland for 3 to 4 days. Yeah, yeah! I want to go everywhere. Let's see. Germany. I know I mentioned earlier. Germany would be fun to go to. Other places that would be fun. I don't know. Greece. I'd like to go to Greece one day. Just borrowed me from Geneva. You can't go there. Maybe I should save some COD funds just to go on a trip. I think memories from trips are very important. Going out and to explore. So if you are able to, I think you should. Hungary's lovely. The rainy season where everyone wears huge wet boots there and those steps that raise up water floods at school. I saw those! They weren't in use when I was in Venice, but they are placed everywhere. They're ready for it at any moment because it can flood. And they even have a clock there that tells you when Venice is gonna flood. That's been there for a long, long time. So long that the astronomy part's wrong, but the floods, I think, are accurate. Because they thought that the world, like the sun, revolved around the earth. So that's how the clock moves. And of course now we know it's not that way. I'd come back with a 20k invoice and a bunch of import taxes. Project Kyle, hi, welcome in. Tomorrow, we all fight to the death. Tomorrow. It's only a day. Yep. Yep. That's why I'm speedrunning this reference. I did an oopsie. I didn't even update any of my references, and I haven't for years. A lot of my art's really old on my characters because I don't like reference sheets. They're a pain in the butt. But alas, it's gotta get done one way or another. I'm just going to submit hand-drawn brain rot. Hi dog, hello! Nice sunglasses. Your focus continue. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just doing my thing. Last minute prep. If we finish this in a decent amount of time, I'll start doing some of the charity doodles. I think that's what we'll do, because there's no way I'm going to be able to finish another reference before art fight starts. That's just how it is. It's like back in school waiting for the day to get your work, all the way the day before to get your work done. Yeah, I was really bad about that senior year of high school. I had a class that I would always forget that I had, and I would do the homework for it the class before. That was my psychology course, which is a little ironic because now I have a psychology degree, but at the time I would do my psychology homework in human anatomy. And be like, no. I was so over it as senior year. Psychology course in high school, yeah. My school was very like academically driven, and I was really pissed because in order to graduate you need 3 to 4 science courses, and I decided I wanted my senior year to be a bit more laxed, so I took physics my first year. They actually didn't give us a choice. We all had to do physics in freshman year. Then I did biology in my second year. Is that right? Yeah, I must have done. Oh gosh, my memory's fading. I did biology my second year, and then in my third year I did chemistry and a higher level of biology. Yeah, that's right. I did a college level biology my junior year so that I wouldn't have to do anything senior year. Because that's 4 sciences already. So between the 3 to 4 science requirement, I already beat it in junior year. I go to my counselor and she's like, well, if you're gonna do a science field, you have to take more. And I'm like, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I ended up taking 5 sciences. Like, I was so pissed I had to do human anatomy in my final year. I was so mad. I ordered the parts for an individual contribution goal. It will look pretty good. I'm sad I have to part with it. May have to make an identical one for myself. Homeschooler noises. Nice. Wow, they must have hated us. They gave me physics in 8th grade. I passed it, but barely. Physics was like an optional AP class at my high school. Oh gosh, physics. My class, or my grade, did so badly with physics in freshman year that they made it only available to sophomores and higher after that. We all did so terrible, and it's because the math that we needed for the physics course was being taught to us at the same time. So they're like, oh, we should probably make them take the math course first and then let them take physics after. And it's like, yeah, no duh. No wonder so many kids were bombing physics. It's because they were learning the math for it at the same time or after we're supposed to know it for physics. That would be frustrating. It was! I did not do well. I'm already challenged when it comes to math, and then they throw that that nonsense on top. It's a Nox, it's an anti. Yeah, physics is incredibly hard. It is. Did they do any fun experiments? We did. We did have a couple of them, but none of them really stick out in my brain. We didn't have enough math for physics. It was a miracle half passed. Yeah. My school was very science and STEM focused. So and they were also obsessed with their graduation rate. It was kind of sad how obsessed they were. Alright, time for clothes. You can't teach kids if you haven't learned common sense yourself. Guess I didn't get that part. How many people were in your grade? In my grade, I went to a smaller school, so we had 50 people in my grade. I think maybe by the end, we had like 51, 52. Nope, they wanted us to finish high school faster. Yeah, I went to, not like the smallest out there, but a pretty small one. I feel like a lot of my love for science was drained when I had to take so much of it in high school. Wow, was it a private school or just a lot of schools? No, it was a charter school. It was one of those weird public charters. So now I think it's pretty big. But I started going there in middle school, so it's really small when I went. But I think it's upgraded quite a bit. How's it going, Nox? Honestly, not the best, but I'm doing what I can. I'm getting to draw, so that's nice. I like being able to do that, so we'll make the most of it. This is the over part. Then we'll do the little skirt. Okay. I never understood those types of schools. My favorite class was English because my mom got me these English books from some Mennonite organization, and so it turns out I have above college literacy now. That's awesome! Fun fact, sentences are diagrammed on the basis leveled as subject to predicate, and at later levels it looks like some kind of fucking word spider. Nah, not too much of an uh-oh, more so like my brain's just running. Which, it happens. It happens. Yeah, I remember in elementary school, they would do tests, like reading tests, to see what grade level you're reading at. And I always scored low on them because I could read fast, but I could never tell you what I just read. I could read, I could do it fast, but you asked me to flip it over and recall what I just said, I can't. I'd be like, yeah, there's this character that does this thing. And they're just like, what is this specific thing? I'm like, I don't know. I read the thing! Leave me alone! Bro, I love sentence diagramming. I actually miss doing English class because of it. We are the same. So, it's not like my reading level was super low, but it was lower than it should have been, if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a minute. Reading is overrated. I feel like my love for reading has been squandered by a lot of the mandatory readings I've had to do. And then you add textbooks on top of that. It's like, I'm already exhausted reading a textbook. I don't want to recreationally read. But at the same time, it's really hard because you have to learn somehow, so you gotta read. So it's a hard line for teachers to follow, I think, because it's like, all right, you want them to read important works that are good, but when the kids don't have an interest in it, you could kill their love for reading. And I don't know what the solution to that would be. I mean, it does help us, but it's too forced. Exactly, Broad, exactly. What color does the door in line 2 on page 80 of chapter 3, and what did it signify? Kind of BS. Reading comprehension questions were dumb. I am no math person. I'm a chuck a billion words that mean all kind of cool shit than explain them. I'm not a math person either. I would much rather write essays any day over doing some math equations. Yes, for most people, the essays would take longer, but for me, I am so bad at math, it would take me so many tries to get it right, it would be faster to write the essay. I read about this character who did this thing, went on this adventure, saved some people, you know that. Teacher, you were reading a cookbook. Maybe it's an epic cookbook, okay? You never know. You love math? I don't. Math, I would explain it as a kid. I was like, math doesn't like me, therefore I'm not good at it. And my poor mom, she's just like, that's not how this works. And I'm like, but I'm good at everything else and I like those subjects. She probably wanted to strangle me a few times. I used to love reading, then discovered stories in video games, and at some point it became super hard to read books. I just imagine other things while I read. Yeah. I find that if I'm reading a physical book in my hand, or even a textbook, and then I would have to reread pages because my eyes would move across the page, but nothing would stick in my head. It was just like totally absent-minded. Tyler, welcome in. Are you winning? I am speedrunning. Last minute art fight prep. I have so many unfinished references. I think this is the only one that's gonna get done in time, which is fine. But yeah, I'm chatting with you guys as I slowly get through this. Same for me, yeah. I feel like I would like reading. At least the hope is once I'm not going through so many textbooks, maybe I'll find a love for reading again. Yeah, I say that like I liked reading in the first place. Maybe I'll find a new love for reading when I'm finally getting to choose what I want to read and not textbook after textbook after textbook. Bro, fucking English class I just finished and probably flunked the absolutely glaciest short story called The Lottery by Shirley Jackson. I've not heard of that one. And bro, the amount of reaching they did to justify such an utterly dog shit story, like, oh, a good story is one you remember and think about. Well, I remember it, but all I remember is fuck that story. There's a book that's similar for me, called one. It's called Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights. Oh my god. I've got enough family drama in real life. I don't want to read about this crazy Wuthering Heights family drama nonsense. I got enough of it. I don't want to read more of it. And it's confusing. The family tree's nonsense in that book. Yes, Broad Wuthering. It was nuts. I did not like that book at all. No, I hated it. It was painful to keep reading. And you know what? I'm sure it's great for what it is. It just was not for me. Oh my god. Aren't you a college girl for life? Honestly, at this fucking point, I don't even know. That's part of my existential crisis, is like, what the hell am I doing? What am I doing? But, yeah. I had to read Wuthering Heights in high school. What are some other books I had to read? Oh, 1984. Now, 1984 was actually a really interesting book. That was one of the few ones that the concept itself is very intriguing. So I read that one in freshman year. That one wasn't bad. But it was also very much like, oh, there's no way something like this is gonna happen. And then, you know, you hear some stories, news outlets that are like, oh, this is the new 1984, and we're like, or we're living in 1984, and you're just like, Eld Fluga, welcome. 1984 is my favorite book. It's a really good book. It's really interesting. It makes you think. Now, there are some parts I could have done without, but at the same time, it's one that I remember. Did you have to take a mandatory language classes? If so, what was your least favorite? I did have to take languages. I took Spanish for 4 years and French for 1 year, and that's all they offered was Spanish and French. We didn't really have much choice. So, my Spanish teacher was pretty mean, unfortunately. I did not like her. My French teacher was really hard on us. So I feel like that contributed to the struggle with that language that I have. So, like, I took 4 years of Spanish. I really don't remember a ton. I think I remember more than I believe I do, but yeah. We lost our French the year before I started high school. No! Did you pick up any curses for those teachers? No. Is this thing, it's just French teachers are just kind of rude? I don't know. My French teacher wasn't rude, but he was very much like, you're gonna treat this class like all your others. I'm gonna be hard on you. And I'm like, okay. To be honest, I might have cried a few times, but not gonna lie, because he had the popsicle stick system, right? And if your name's on the popsicle stick, then you gotta answer the question. And if you don't know how to answer it, he would wait for like 5 awkward minutes and try to help you through it, which was nice, like, right? He's trying to push you to do your best. But if you didn't get it the first try, your name would go back in the popsicle stick bin, and you would likely get pulled on again. It was so stressful. I don't do well when teachers randomly pick you out to answer a question to make sure you're paying attention, because I genuinely just don't know the answer. And that's okay. That's why I'm there in that classroom to learn. So when I get called on it, I'm like, oh man, I'm really sorry, I don't know. Like, it's genuine. I like your OC's hair. Thank you, thank you. I took 3 years of Spanish, and I can understand a little Spanish, but I can't speak it. I took Spanish, yeah, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade. And then 11th grade, I took French, and then senior year, they didn't make me take a language, thank God. Understandable. Probably didn't. Again, fairly sure I flunked because my ADHD did the ADHD of, I like writing paper type, but hate writing about paper subjects, so I didn't do half the work. Oh no! When you're the last popsicle stick over and over again, yeah! Not gonna lie, my Spanish ain't that good, but I still suck at general Spanish. It's hard because I would love to learn a language, but it's really hard for me to stick to it. That's my struggle. Sticking to it is hard for me. I'm gonna see what a green bow would look like. I'll go with black. I think that'll look nicer. Oops. And I'm not shading in this part. Okay. Now we have this. It might need some shading. Darn. Okay. I can do that. A little shading wouldn't hurt anybody. You need someone to speak the language with, because if you don't use it, you lose it. That's what I've heard. I just hope once I'm done with Spanish, I can start learning Mandarin on my free time. This song, Lulu's and Silver, they're never coming back. No! Yeah, I've got the chill, fun teen playlist going on right now. It's chill, we vibing. My college English class had some good points, but the way the teacher handled having less time for summer classes utterly ruined my interest because I feel very... Because if I feel railroaded, I lose all interest. Oh, yeah. My English teacher or professor in college was really rude. She would give us time to write our papers in class, but she would walk around and read our papers as we're writing them and then point out errors, which as a concept is good. Like, hey, you're helping us do better on our papers. But she made sure to speak loud enough so that the whole class could hear the flaws you're making. And it's like, that's so unnecessary. You're like halfway there. You know, if you quietly tell your student, like, hey, maybe you should try this instead, or I think you're getting off topic, that's fine. But to announce it to the whole class every time, that was just not nice. I did not like that. I did not enjoy that. But she had a lot of really good things to teach. That's a hard thing, is because a lot of teachers that have those like rude components to them have a lot of good things to teach too. So it's like, are they actually rude, or is it, you know, they're just tired of students not caring or not taking it seriously? It's like, I don't know. Public humiliation is a bit too far. Yeah, I agree. I think if she quietly was like, hey, maybe try this, or I think you're getting off topic here, it would be a non-issue. Non-issue. I had a I had a professor tell me that for my final presentation, she quite literally looked at me and said, so I'm gonna need you to introduce yourself again because you were so quiet the whole semester and you didn't really say much, so I don't know who you are. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's so unnecessary. It's like, okay, you only have 20 students in this class, but fine. It's like, okay, leave me alone. That's a bad teacher. That was the same teacher, I took her twice, who during COVID, our school was doing this weird pass or fail system because they knew a lot was going on. And you could opt in for an actual grade, and that's what I wanted. So I sent an email like, hey, I want an actual grade. I just don't want to pass or fail. I want a grade so I can use it on my transcript. And she refused to give me an answer. That I had to go to a higher up and be like, hey, I think there was a miscommunication. I'm telling her that I want an actual letter grade, and she's not answering me. And then she did finally give me an answer, but she's like, you know, going to the higher ups was really unnecessary. I'm like, apparently not, because you were not communicating with me, and I was going to get a pass or fail, which wouldn't go to my degree. So yeah, it was pretty fucking important that I got my letter grade, especially since I did well in that class. That was my criminal justice teacher, unfortunately. And I took that as an elective, man. That wasn't even part of my course. And I had to go through that headache. I mean, it doesn't matter if they are tired or not. They're still being rude at the end of the day. Very true. Very true. That's rough. That has to be on them to learn. So extra. Terrible teacher for not to put a name on a face during roll. I mean, you know what? Teachers have a lot of students. If you don't know me, that's fine. But you don't need to make it public like that. You don't need to be passive-aggressive. Gosh, y'all. Some ass English teachers. I've only ever taken English with high school dual credit, and the community college English teachers were both nice. I'm glad you got nice ones. That's a good thing. If I had a teacher like your English teacher, she would get hit by a verbal brick of me not having any filter in certain social situations. Because I'm very much the kind of person where if someone's being an ass, I will drop all pretenses of respect. Hey, respect is earned. You know, I'm the type of person that I give respect to people when I meet them, but if they do something to lose that respect, I don't owe it to them after that. You know, but my default is respectful because I think that's just the nice thing to do. But if someone is a jerk and does something to you that's not nice, then you don't owe them respect. Figures the criminal justice teacher would be corrupt. I had an online course where the teacher just disappeared after the first week. After 3 weeks of hearing nothing, I stopped looking into it and forgot about it. At the end, I got a C and was super mad. I have a very similar story to that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I forgot to put chat on the screen. There you guys go. I had a art business class that I was super excited for because, you know, the business side of art is something a lot of artists lack in, including myself. I was so ready to learn about it. How can I better market myself? What can I do? I was ready for it. And this teacher completely ghosted the course. She wasn't releasing modules when they needed to be released. And then when she did release them so late, she still kept the due date. So like we would have to do a week or two's worth of work in 1 or 2 days. That pissed me off so bad. It's like, your poor management is not an emergency on my part, but okay. And I didn't learn anything in that class. She didn't grade anything either. So I had no idea if I was passing or failing. I sent a pretty scathing email to the school and gave a pretty scathing review because it's like, I wasted my money with this class. I did not learn anything. I was rushed to do projects because of poor time management, and she was not available for any questions. Nothing. She should not be teaching. Like clicking Dunsparce, they belong in a special place. Not gonna lie, if it was for my history teacher, harsh but true words, I wouldn't be studying where I am now. Immediate loss of respect. Respect is earned. If they can't act with some decency, they don't deserve being respected. Do you still have that email? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't checked my school email in months. That inbox was probably bombarded with bullshit. But yeah, I was pretty fucking pissed. I really don't like the education system, guys. I really don't like it. I hate being in school for that reason too. I don't want to be there. I don't want to do college anymore. I still remember his words to me. You can continue to do the bare minimum and live a calm life, but how will you achieve anything in life without putting in the effort? Wise man. Because you can live a comfortable life for sure, but if there are certain things you want to achieve, they're not going to be handed to you. You have to put in the work. Don't you want to become someone important? Sounds like he was a really good inspiration for you. Relatable education system is so flawed. It's flawed in so many ways it isn't even funny. The public schools in my area, which was part of the reason why we switched over to charter schools, started to adopt this thing called Common Core. Whew. It's not good enough to solve this math problem the way it's meant to be solved. No, 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 no. You gotta do it in 3 different ridiculous ways that make no fucking sense. It's like, I already struggled doing math one way. You're not gonna make me do all this bullshit. You're basically just paying thousands of dollars to say, yeah, I can stay in a single place for 4 years. I just, ugh. Rah. It's too bad because learning should be fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know there are some good teachers out there and good students who want to learn, but the system is a mess. And for every good student teacher, there's a bad one to mess things up. Exactly. I found out that I actually really enjoy learning and acquiring new knowledge and skills, but I just hate the education system. It sucks out all the fun for me. I do so much better learning on my own. We all need a Miss Frizzle and a magical school bus. It's very reminiscent of an assembly line process. Oh. Learning is so important, though. But it shouldn't feel like a necessary evil. It should be inspiring, fun, and even if it's not fun, it should be helpful. Okay. Just gonna do an eye detail. None of this is in the folder, bruh. There we go. Oops, I still have my command. I still have my command going. Let me take that off. We do not have the charity stream going on anymore. I gotta change my commands. There you go. Should be good. Do you want us to remove the... Yeah, we can do that. This is supposed to be a chill art stream, and yet here we are talking about the dumb education system. This is nice. Nothing like arting and bitching about the system. Really quickly, art question next. Yeah, what's up? Have you seen the concept art of this funny game called The Forever Winter? I've come to really like both the game and the art of it, and even watched some video essays on it by a guy who interviewed the devs. And some of their techniques are things I started to use in my own stuff. I've not heard of that, no. But that's exciting that you're using techniques that you've learned. And thank you, Kuro. You defy me, stream elements. No command removal for you. Gonna do a close-up of the eye, and then we'll put some color swatches around. Thank you for the hydrate. Water, yes. Make sure you guys are staying cool. My computer at the corner is like, there's a heat warning in effect. Did you know that there's a heat warning? It's like, oh my god. Yes, I was out in it. Did you eat lunch before stream? I did. It was a quick one because I got home a little close. That's why I didn't start early. I was pretty much on time today. Definitely not. No. Share? You don't want what I had. It was one of those really bad frozen meals that I just threw in the microwave really quick. Fun fact, because I did a 12-hour shift starting 8 last night, I'm on my second 16-ounce Red Bull, which in total will bring me up to 64.4 ounces. Oh my god. Does it give you wings though? I imagine heat warnings in AZ are way higher than they are in New England. Probably. Honestly, once it gets over 110 Fahrenheit, it's all the same. So it's just hot as fuck. Kinda wish Red Bull had more caffeine sometimes. No, but it gives me an unquenchable desire to kill a small planet. Oh my goodness. Like London, we're going into the high 30 Celsius. Ugh, yuck. I'm getting better at translating that in my head. I know that like 30 Celsius plus is unpleasant, and then once you hit the 35s, it's like yuck. What are these far heights you speak of? You mean freedom units? Freedom units! Let's go! And we barely even use those. Remember when Red Bull got sued and had to change the word to wings or something similar? Is that why it got changed? I don't follow energy drinks that closely. It is an energy drink, right? I'm not talking out of my ass. European Rattle and Boys. Wait, it was changed? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So I remember it always being wings. Oh, freedom units. I usually save for when you start measure things with body parts instead of meters, like normal people. Yeah. There's memes that like Americans will do anything but use a proper measuring system, and it's true. That is true. Yeah, it's changed to have an extra I in it so they aren't sued for false advertising. Did people actually think they were gonna get wings? Oh my god. Nightbot is attacking? Attacking what? Should put this in a folder. This is why Monster is better. Oh my goodness, I knew some kids that would bring in giant Monster cans every day. In Canada and the UK, they both use units of measurements. Love to use it. I will measure in toenails before ever touching metric for anything other than calibers. So much sugar. Of course, people found a way to sue them for that. Isn't America built on finding creative ways to sue people? We're a little trigger happy with the lawsuits, or at least the threats of a lawsuit. I'm not quite sure how many actually go through. There are stupid people in this world, so yes, they probably did believe they would get wings. Oh man, I think I've talked about this before. My dad once told me, I was in the car with him. We were driving to get some food, and he's like, "Nox, half the world is stupid. And part of that half doesn't even realize it." I'm like, "Dad, that's a little harsh. Half the population being stupid? That's a lot." And he's like, no, Nox. It's half the population." I'm like, "Okay, Dad, okay." Yeah, he was onto something. Only half, yeah. Also, Poise Jester, welcome in. Welcome. At this rate, being sued is just an inconvenience. This is why it took Belgium to force games to not use loot boxes. That's 4 billion still. Probably 4.5 billion soon. That's a lot of heckin' people. Preston says, "I didn't realize how stupid people were until COVID hit." COVID was just weird. It was a weird time. Your dad's words of wisdom are bringing me to tears, and then a stupid ad came up halfway through. Apologies for the ad. You got some entertainment from my dad's words of wisdom. He's a goofy guy. Smart guy, but goofy guy. Yeah, I can repeat it. I don't mind. It's... Did my music stop? No, it's just really quiet. We'll go to the next one. He said half the population's stupid, and part of that population doesn't even realize it. That was his wisdom way back when. What I wouldn't do to get a commission of the projects I'm winning this company, even a 0.01% commission would work great. I don't know how negotiating works, but I don't know. Let me see if I... Oh, people were way stupider way before then. Why else do you think EA Sports games gross net profit every year? I never understood those games, but I'm not a huge sports person. Okay, I can relate. As one of the people, I just had common sense. Drawing the eyeball. Drawing the eyeball. Then we'll put little colors everywhere. I shall now be in a Tourette, traumatizing myself in a funny, grim, dark hell game as I watch this stream because for some reason I get my kicks by nearly... Oh no! Alas, those were much simpler times. I think we passed the halfway point now. Your grandkids, Nix, are going to wonder why people were so crazy when they were younger. I don't think I'm gonna have kids, to be honest. And that's okay. My life's a mess enough as it is. I don't need to put that on a kid. Whoa, what did I do? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. Alright. Let's add a little background. It'll actually be a pretty simple background. I don't need it to be anything crazy. Not green. Let's try black. For this reference. There we go, we can add a white outline around it. Fortress of Meripede? Not quite. This is, the Sinner's finale. Alright, the eye outline's not gonna work. That's fine. Furina was a good character, I agree. I'm not a true Genshin fan. Fake fan! Nah. There's so many good OSTs. It's hard to keep track of them all. Oh, I don't need this outlined. I need something to stop me from gambling. My Farina is so ass, she's only linked to top 55%. Dude, though, that site is so fun because you think, wow, my characters are so good, and then you look at it and you're like, oh. What's it called? Like the Akasha terminal? Is that right? I'm getting distracted. The Akasha... Akasha system. No. Profiles. Yes. I'm gonna look at my characters now. When I saw your YouTube short the years I saw made me think they were the characters' ages and I got so confused. No, that's when I drew the reference. Christian's there when I need to see beautiful background to relax to the OST. Yes! I think Genshin's good for background practice too, art-wise. Because you can screenshot a really beautiful location. Oh, Estartero, thank you so much for following. I hope you enjoy it here. Welcome, welcome. We are doing art fight prep as I am slowly getting distracted and looking at my Genshin units on the Akasha terminal. Okay, so my best characters are... Is Twitch your only platform? No, it is not. I stream to both YouTube and Twitch. So if you prefer the YouTube experience, you can go there. If you like the Twitch experience, you're where you want to be. I post videos to TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Instagram's more art related though, so not everything I post goes on there. But yeah, I try to be active as I can. Hi, which team are you on? I am on Team Crystal this year. Yes. Yes, but honestly, when it comes to attacking people, it does not matter for me. You can be on the same team as me or the opposite team. It does not matter. I am coming for you. That is my username, if you're interested. Same. Heck yeah. Fellow Crystal fan. Let's go. I'm the token YouTube speaker, says Preston. Yeah, Preston, you're in my YouTube chat. Dino Gang. Yeah, I love Art Fight. It's so fun. And, starting tomorrow, we'll all get to draw together and stuff. So, for the characters, it is reporting as of 2 months ago, because I've not updated this. Let me scroll. My Kazuha's in the top 74%. Ripperoni, man. He was my favorite unit for so long, and he's still one of my favorite characters, and he's 74%, bruh. My Kazuha sucks. Next is my Yelan in the top 70%. I thought my Yelan was much better than that. Damn it. I have her signature and everything. Ugh. I guess I have to refine my Yelan. My, Wanderer is the top 64%, which is surprising because my investment in him hasn't been as much as my other units. I'm a beginner artist, so my art isn't the best. Doesn't matter! Also, my art on my profile isn't accurate since I changed, but gave up updating that. I'm the same way. Most of my references are multiple years old. I just leave them there, because it's like, does it get the job done? Does it tell people what's on the character? Yeah? Then why do I need to update it? It's a bad thing. But Art Fight is for anyone of any style. Any style. Any place in their art journey. Next up is Nahida and the top 63%, which also makes me kind of sad because she has her signature too. My Nahida, my Yelan should be better. No. And thank you for following. I am on the site. Let me look at my notifications. There you are. Boop. Next up is my Farina in the top 56%. So my Farina's also in that range. Someone said earlier that their Farina... yeah, you said your Farina is the top 55. I'm right there with you. What's the website again to check characters? It is called akasha.cv. Here. I don't want to link my profile per se, but I can get you the link, and then you guys can just go to your profile. The next one for me is my Arlecchino in the top 49%, which also makes me sad. It's like all the characters I use are not super good. No. No. But we're getting there. We're getting to the higher characters that I've invested in. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry. Next up, I have my Raiden Shogun in the top 42%. She does not have her signature. I gave her the pitchfork. Or the fishing fork. It's like, yeah, this is what you get. Best way to learn how to draw is tattooing. Then you have to be perfect or a biker bonks you on the head. My next character is Kokomi at 36%, which she does not have her signature either. But I use Kokomi all the time. She is so good just to run around the overworld with. I like it. My Hu Tao is in the top 35%. I've had her for a very long time. Very, very long time. But now we're getting into my higher characters. So my Zhongli is in the top 17%, which I think giving him Staff of Homa has helped with that quite a bit. So he got a bigger HP boost. And then as for like my best units that I have built according to this site, Ayaka is in the top 6%. She's at C0, but she has her signature. So Ayaka's in the top 6%. Next, I have my Venti in the top 6%. He has his signature and a C1. He's my favorite character, so he's spoiled. I know his constellations aren't the best, but I don't care. I don't care. He's my boy. And then oddly enough, my best character is Ganyu in the top 4%. She does not have her signature either. She does have a 5-star weapon though. It's just not her signature. And that's my best unit apparently, is my Ganyu. That was fun. That was fun to poke around and look at. I wonder what the stats would be now if I were to update it. Maybe if you improve your teacup they would be higher. Haven't played Genshin in forever. Genshin has a grip on me, man. Does anyone in their right mind ever redeem Draw Them All? No one has gotten enough points for it. That redeem was a joke. I wanted to make my audience laugh one day, so I'm like, haha, look at this funny 1 million point redeem. And then they're like, wait, we actually want to try to get this. I'm like, oh god, okay. So, no one's redeemed it, but it's there. I went ahead and kept it. The person's saving since day one. Yeah, there's some people who have 300,000 points. I think that's the highest. Is someone's... I think it's one of my mods is in the 300,000 range. Which is a little scary. I gotta get you guys to spend your points. Damn, yeah. I think Wolfen is at 330. Oh, jeez. I gotta get you guys to spend your points so you don't get me. If we can combine our points, we can do it. No. Boo. More gambling streams now. Oh, follow age. Kuro, you have been following for 2 years and 9 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. I've been streaming for almost 3 years. I began streaming September of 2022. 2022. It is now 2025. So once September hits, we'll have been doing this for that long. Yeah, 3 years. Kind of wild. There, just add some texture to the reference sheet. And then what we'll do is add some colors. Just got a bonk redeem and all the points will be gone. Thank you for the hydrate. Also, Melon, welcome in. I did have a bonk redeem, but I turned a lot of them off. And I got rid of a lot of them because they weren't being used. Hi, hope all is well and having a good day. Thank you! I hope you're having a good day too. I'm finishing up this reference. And then, once this is done, donation doodles. Yeah, that's right. That would be next. Imagine she removes to draw them all. What was the point? I don't think I'd do that to you. But life is strange. Who knows? And all the Twitch integrative. Oh, those you can turn back on. I turned that off for the hand cam stream. Because I wasn't using my model. I think we'll go simple. Call this good for this reference sheet. Handcam? Yeah, I opened Pokemon cards on Saturday. The VOD is available on YouTube. If you want to go back and view it. Oh, I updated my thing. My thingy's updated for the Genshin stuff. The only difference is that my Farina's in the top 37% now. Instead of 50. But that makes sense because I updated one of her artifacts. She got hella lucky. Yeah. I pulled the Pikachu. Which I exhausted all my luck for the next 5 years with that. There's no way that luck will come back. I'm just gonna put this reference sheet in my images for this character. Let's see. I want reference. I did create the image art fight, and this image does not need a filter. And then we'll make that the main image. Let's check this character. There we go. Wow, we did it. A proper reference in this economy? They're turned off on my end. Oh, I can... It'll take 2 seconds to turn it on. It will be no biggie. Okay, should be on. No more 5-star weapons, no more 5-star standard if you even want them. I want Mizuki. I don't have her yet. But if Genshin does the free 5-star again, then I'll get her then. Which I think they said they would. Hey. Yep. Have fun. Okay, so I have doodles from the charity. Thank you for throwing all that at me. Thank you. Appreciate it, guys. Let's see. I'm trying to find... Okay, the first one. There we go. Yeah, she's already standard. Amazing. So you could lose to her now. I would like to. Saw a debut on YouTube that had over 1 million views. Yeah, some debuts are really awesome. Who actually got our weapon? I wanted to get Mizuki's weapon just because it's pretty. It is so pretty! why this will be my reference. I was tempted for my sit lolly, but I didn't. It's tough because with standard banner weapons, you're likely never gonna see them again. Like Tainari's weapon. I have wanted to try to get my Tainari, the Amos bow, for so many years, and I haven't gotten it. It's pissing me off. He's using a craftable right now. I want him to have more because he's drunk. Do you watch VTubers while you draw art or study? I honestly don't watch a lot of streams. I tune in when I can, but I usually, if I'm watching a stream, I'm lurking. Amos bow. Amos. Inazuma Chronicle. Tanaka, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I've heard it pronounced Amos and Amos. I've heard it pronounced both ways. Wait, were you some of the people who summoned on his banner? I did. That's how I got him. It was hype. Even though he was gonna join standard, he was Dendro, our first ever Dendro 5-star. And I ended up really liking his story and personality. Imagine if you lost the 50-50. I was already on a guarantee at that point. So it would be really hard for me to lose again. Have you heard back from TwitchCon? Tell them you're a busy person with lots of cons requesting your booth. They sent me an email saying I will get results on the 16th of July. Good news, in a few months maybe the Sumeru Chronicle will come around, maybe. But I probably won't even have the funds for it. I'd love to get Tainari his signature. But I'm surprised that website doesn't have my Tainari listed. I put in so much effort into him. All that effort and his top was 55%. Lying on the internet? You know what? I'm gonna pull that website back up and see. You put him on your showcase? Oh, maybe that's why. I'm taking a look. No, I didn't put him on my showcase. Ripperoni. Well, maybe he is up there. I forgot that was part of it. That's something at least. If you do go to TwitchCon, then I'll go too. My spouse is already going and I'm joining for the trip. Well, there you go. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get in because it is highly competitive. The results were supposed to come out July 9th, but they sent out an email saying like, yeah, we're gonna need some more time because there were so many applicants. So it's like, oh no. I might be cooked. Going to get another reference. They can do Hunger Games type event for applicants. It'd be fun though, regardless if you have a table or not. I know there are going to be some booths for VTuber equipment. Hopefully you get to go, though I don't think my anxiety will allow me to go to Hudson as that. I'm only going if I get a vendor. It's too expensive. The passes are expensive. So if I don't get in as a vendor, I won't go. I'll do my classic little sitting position. You should go as yourself. I do not have a cosplay ready for that. How expensive was it? $149? It's like $250 or so, but you share your pass link. You get discounts for referrals. 10 or more, it's free. Yeah, no, definitely not. I'll be in debt. Yeah, it's expensive. Interesting. I've never heard of a convention that did that. Alright, so this was charity doodle number 1. This was requested by Wolfenstein, who explicitly wrote, could you sketch good old Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, but I don't really need it for myself. Share it with everybody else here on the Discord. I think they'll enjoy it. Which was so sweet of Wolfenstein, so he picked a sketch for everyone to enjoy. Best and worst nation world quest. Ooh. Ugh. I really hated the Natlin interlude. But in terms of best world quest, oh wait, world quest, not Archon quest. World quest. I don't really pay attention to them anymore, but when I did, I really liked the Inazuma ones. How much does a TwitchCon booth cost? Good question! It's going to cost so much. I might have put myself in the corner if it's a lot. I just applied because I was a little late to applying. Yeah, I tried to look for it, and it doesn't explicitly say, or it's hidden somewhere. Probably around 800 or more since their RSL isn't very big. Dude, if it's more expensive than the Phoenix Fan Fusion table, I might not be able to go in even if I made it. Well, we'll see. I'll worry about that if I actually make it in. We can start a GoFundMe. No. Alright, we've got another sketch. This is from Brave Glass, who wants me to do a sketch of one of their favorite characters. Nut. Hi, Astro. How did I come up with my nickname? This is just the name of my OC. I wasn't very creative when I became a VTuber, you see. I didn't come up with a fancy name or anything. I'm like, what's this character name that I want to use? Oh, this Noxaura chick? Alright. We'll roll with it. Peak. I was essentially lazy. How you doing, Astro? Me when naming characters that aren't traditionally human names, like... I have a really bad habit when it comes to naming characters. I will get stuck on it and will wait. Well, not wait. I will keep, like, refreshing name generators. I'll be on those sites forever. So I gave myself a system, and I told myself, you've got a minute to generate names. And then after a minute pass, you have to pick whatever is on the last page if you don't pick one before that. You're going to Scottsdale in this weather? Ew. Hope you have fun. I'm a bit eepy because I took a late nap last night and stayed up till 5, but I got sleep after I promised. That's what they all say. I have so much respect for artists who can come out with actual good names that you would hear in the real world. Me too. I can't do it. They all get dumb names or random generated names. Just be like Toriyama and pick a random food / pun name. There you go. My characters' nicknames are food because of Nox. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I might have ruined some of Astro's characters with nicknames, but it's fine. She's got braids. This character. I had to sneak out to get cheese balls from the cabinet because the hunger was that strong. What do you mean sneak out for cheese balls? You're an adult, you could just grab them. Funny enough, I played Overwatch when I was up last night. Buddy. Did you win? Oh, the dog. Okay. You miss your dog in El Salvador? That reminds me, we do have a proper pet page now in the Discord. If you guys want to show off your pets. Show how cute they are. Better than League? Oh, true. If I just walked out of my room, my dog would have heard me and begged me to let him out. When I visit, I'm going to make sure she has the best 2 weeks of her life. Cute. I saved my references last night too because I was afraid the art fights I would be struggling today. It's doing alright. I think they've gotten a pretty good handle on it. But that reminds me, I need to save some too. Hey. I'm great. Lurk. Alright. Thank you for the lurk. This has brave glasses. Sketch. For the charity. Let's see. I think the next one on the list is not a sketch. Well, it's a sketch and something else, I think. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Yeah, okay. A sketch and a shaded bust-up. I might do the bust-up another time, but we can at least do the sketch. We'll do the sketch. It's getting into sleepy time. Eepy sleepy time. I like this pose. We'll do this with the sketch. I almost fell asleep cuddling this plushie. The music is too peaceful. I love the Genshin OST so much. If you guys find this pleasant, this is the playlist. You can listen to it on your own time if it helps you. Just double checking the list is up to date. Thank you! Thank you. I haven't reached out to everyone for their doodles, but I know those who donated the first day, I believe I've reached out to everyone for. I listen to this daily. It's so nice. I love the Fontaine underwater themes and the Enkanomiya themes. Those are so chill. So nice. Liyue just brings me to a place of calm and quiet. Yes! Liyue has good music. All regions have good music. They really do. Natlan wakes me up all the time when I don't need it, but I love the music. Yeah, Natlan's a lot more energetic in terms of soundtracks. It has a lot of vocals in it too, which I think is nice, nice to mix it up a bit. This is a character that if you know Pokemon, you might know who this is. The ball-headed gym leader, Iona, you're very close. Iono. Just one letter off. Gara requested a sketch and the bust up shaded to be Iona, so we'll do 2 different poses. It's Ash! Yes, you're right! It's Ash, catch him! Guys, he looks a little different, but that's okay. I wish I could remember, but my memories haven't been the greatest lately. Hey, I totally understand. Stress can really mess up memory. And I was really feeling it earlier this month. I was so freaking stressed. That's Ash? Yup. Nah. Nah. That's I don't know. When he wears a bow, he looks completely different. Yeah. Did we ever find out who Anonymous was? No. If by any chance that anonymous donor is watching, you do have art to claim, but I also understand that you donated anonymously for a reason, so it's up to you if you want to DM me or not. If you do DM me, I can do your art privately as well, so no one has to know who you are, and you can still get the rewards for the charity event. It's all up to you. Oops. Hi. Hi, Ender. Welcome. Thank you. We're almost done with this sketch, and then we are going to wrap it up after that. Because it is hot, and live streaming makes my room warm. Because computer go burr. Okay. Favorite type of food? I have a major sweet tooth. So I like sweets a lot. It's a problem. Okay, that's our Iona sketch. I'll do the bust up later. I mean, this is a bust up sketch, but I'm gonna do a different pose for the bust up art as well. That I owe this person. That I owe Garba. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today for this last minute art fight prep. We got this reference done. This is a brand new character on my art fight, by the way. I have not made a new character in years. So this is a rare occurrence, rare new character. We're gonna find someone to raid over on Twitch. But for those of you on YouTube, I'm gonna wrap it up. YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. And maybe stream tomorrow. No guarantee, but maybe, okay? Bye, YouTube. Take care. Sweets can never be a problem, they taste yummy. Exactly. That's a great note to end it on.